Hello and welcome to my channel, Distinctive Crochet. My name is Priscilla and I would like to thank all my new subscribers for coming to check me out and all my returning subscribers for spending some time with me. Alright everyone, so today I am here for a little different kind of video. I wanted to participate in a KAL, but it is K-A-L, it's a knit along, and the yarn curator, which is Naomi, and also her sister Zoe, which you may have heard of her before, is the Felicity Yarn Studio. So they were hosting a KAL for a Steek along. So steeking is when you actually cut your knitting, and I don't know all the stuff about it, but it's, I think what the gist of it is just so that you can do color work in the round for a project that is not meant to be, closed in the round. For example, they were working on shawls, and you could also do like cardigans or things like that. Now, I wanted to participate, but when they had announced the KAL initially, and I think it was like back in July, I had like a lot of things going on. I had the Rachel top, and the month after that, I was doing the Veda, and it was just like a lot going on. And then I had some patterns released, so I was kind of busy with that. But in the back of my head, I wanted to join. But so this is like my first time doing color work, so I wanted to do a project that would be smaller and something that I can handle. So they did have some suggestions for this knit along, and I'm gonna link their video down below so that you guys can check it out. It's kind of over with now because it ends at the end of this year. But I'll still link their channels down below where you guys can go ahead and check it out. In case you're working on a Steek project right now, you probably could enter. But anyway, yeah, so I will definitely link their channels down below where you can check that out. But I have already steeked, which is actually cutting your knitting. I don't know if I mentioned that part when I was explaining. So you can do the color work in the round, but then eventually you'll cut your knitting in a specific place so that you can open it up and it can be whatever it needs to be. So yes, I'm gonna go ahead and insert some progress pictures of what I was making, and also a video clip of the Steek. Like, I'll explain it a little bit better, and then I'll show you actually cutting my knitting. And then when you guys come back, I'll show you what it looks like now, because I did all the finishings of it that I'm gonna do. It's probably not perfect, but it'll do. So I'll show you that when you guys come back. And after that, guys, I do have an acquisition from the Felicity Yarn Studio. So if you want to hang out and check that out as well, that will be coming up after I show you guys the finished item. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright everyone, so this is the yarn that I use. It is the Patons Classic Wool DK Super Wash. It is number 3, 100% pure new wool, 114 meters, 125 yards, 50 grams, which is 1.75 ounces. It suggests 4mm needle and hook. I use the colors apple green, medium gray heather, and royal blue. Although I found out from watching their videos that you're supposed to use 100% wool instead of superwash wool. So these are just some pictures of my progress before I finished, and I used my snowflake stitch marker from Zoe, so that was awesome. Alright, so here is the video that I wanted to share with you all for the actual steeking part of the project. So steeking is just a process of cutting your knit fabric. So it's a technique that you can just use to knit in the round and then open up your project for whatever it is you need, whether it's a button band or just to do the color work in the round to make it easier on you. So this is actually my first time doing color work in knitting, well, for a finished project anyway. So I wanted to start with something small that I think I could handle. So I decided to go ahead and try out a mug cozy. So it is a frost. It's the color work is from the frost slippers pattern. I believe that's what it's called. I'll show you guys a picture later on in the video. Um, but I just did the knitting, and then to finish it off, I just did some crochet stitches on the top and bottom because the ends were kind of curling a little bit. And so here is where I put in the garter stitch, and I was going to make that my button band. And then these stitches here were going to be my steek stitches, where I will cut the knitted fabric, and on either side of the steek stitches I have the slip stitch crochet, which I use to secure the other knitting color work, and that way they won't unravel. So I'm just planning on cutting right down the middle, and then I'll put the buttons on the garter stitch, and I'll put the button loops on the other side. But if it's too big, then I'll just go ahead and fold it down and sew it down like that. And then I'll just sew buttons on top of the color work if necessary. But this is just a pattern that I made up on my own. I just used the color work from the frost pattern. But I just wanted to try something small that I could handle, since I was trying out two new things, which is the color work and the steeking. So I didn't want to have anything that was too big, because I did want to get something finished for this cow. So I thought a mud cozy would be a good small little project to try out both of these new techniques. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with cutting this, and excuse all the tails because I want to finish everything after I finish steeking this project. So sorry about the tails, but once more, have a look at what I've done before I cut this. So I think the color work came out pretty good, and that was just two repeats of that stitch chart, or the color work chart. Alright, so I'm just going to grab my scissors and get ready to cut. Alright guys, here we go. I got my scissors. Alright, so all of these stitches are steek stitches, so I don't mind if those unravel, and I don't want it to go past those crochet stitches. So if those unravel, then it's fine, but it needs to stop there at the crochet and not go past. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut down the middle as best I can. Alright. Not so bad so far. So actually I was supposed to use regular 100% wool, and that way it won't be so slippery. But this is what I had on hand, and it's okay. It's just a smaller project. Alright, I'm cutting those extra yarns there. Okay, so this is what it looks like opened up. And now you can see all those floats I had on the inside of the project. So what I'm going to try to do is take those stitches out there and unravel them up to the crochet stitches, and then I'll decide if I want to use the button band or sew it down and close it over. But that was all I wanted to show you guys for this part of the video. So now I'm going to go ahead and take you back into the regular filming so that you guys can see the finished project after I weave in all these ends and take care of business. Alright, so here we go. Alright everyone, so what did you think? It didn't go too bad, right guys? So actually I decided not to unravel those steek stitches. What I ended up doing was just folding them down and sewing them down, so they could come loose still, but I do have those the crochet edge where I slip stitched them together, so that should hold the whole entire project from coming apart. But those little loose bits that I didn't unpick, they could still come apart. But anyway, I probably just hand wash it anyway, so If it does, it might be because it's really old. But anyway, so this is the final piece, and it's supposed to be a mug cozy. So that is my color work that I'm super excited about. I was working on a different color work project in knitting, but I haven't really had time to work on it. And I'm thinking about frogging that and redoing it, or yeah, I'm thinking about frogging and redoing it. So yes, but this is my first finished colorwork knit project, so I'm super excited about it. And I will pop in the picture of the original project where I got the colorwork chart from, so that you guys can see. It was for a pair of slippers, but that was just too much for me to think about in the little bit of time that I had. And I wanted to get something done, so I just decided to go with my own made up design for a, well, it's not, this part is not mine, that's from the pattern, but you know, just the idea to make it a mud cozy. So that's what it is. And this is the messy inside, but that's the inside of it. And all my floats are kind of, some of those are loose, like right there in the middle. And then these right here on the sides, that's where I just folded it over and sewed it down. But that's gonna be touching my mug, so who's gonna see that, right? So let me show you guys. It doesn't fit my mug the best, so I'll be right back. Let me put this on my mug and show you guys what it looks like. All right, and I'm back. So this is actually my first mug cozy at all. Like, I've never made a mug cozy before, so here it is. Now I think it fits okay, but where I placed the buttons at, because I thought it was going to be too big, but where I placed the buttons at, it's kind of like a snug fit, and that doesn't like go under like I thought it would. But it's for me, so I'm happy with it. But that's it there on my mug. So I'll have something pretty to look at as I sip some tea. So that's going to be awesome. So what do you think, guys? I hope you liked it. Have you ever tried to steek before? If you knit, 'cause I know a lot of my viewers are crocheters, but if you knit, have you ever steeked before? So let me know that in the comments below. And if you ever learned to knit, would you ever try that? Because that is, I don't know. If it was something bigger like the shawls that they did, I think I would have been pretty scared about that. But for this little project, it was okay. Alright, guys, so that's it for that. Now let me go ahead and open up my acquisition from the Felicity Yarn Studio. So I had ordered this earlier this month, but like with the holidays and everything, y'all know everything is slowed down. So I'm just getting it, and I'm super excited. I'm gonna turn the volume down so you guys can't hear this noise as I open it. Alright, guys, so here it is in the package. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take it out of here. And she sent me some raspberry royal black tea. That sounds delicious. And I have, oh, look at that, so pretty. Another beautiful stitch marker. So let me see, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's really pretty. Oh, that was the back. Sorry, that's the back. There we go. That is so pretty. All right. And let me see the other skein. So these are just these are the same colorway that I ordered from her, and it was the aquamarine. So it's hard to see on here. I might have to take a picture and show you guys, but it's like a tonal of just different shades of a lighter to dark, not really dark blue, but it's really, really pretty. So I'm super excited about this. I'm thinking I want to make something wearable out of it. Maybe like a vest. I don't know if it'd be like maybe a poncho or a vest. Not poncho, but like a capelet. Because I know it's not that much yarn, but I'll have to see. So this is actually 459 yards, which is 100 grams. It's 100% Peruvian Highland wool. It's hand washed and lay flat to dry. Okay, she says this is a base that could actually felt. So definitely hand washed. Hand washed for sure. And it's called the Aqua Marine colorway. Yep. So I will be linking all her information for her shop down below. So I'm super excited to get these finally and figure out a project for them, because I definitely want to make something wearable out of this, because blue is my favorite color and I really like all the different colors of blue in here, or I should say shades of blue. So thank you, Zoe. So I'm super excited about this, guys. Yes, I'll link all her information down below, as well as the videos about the steeking, because they actually steeked their shawls yesterday, or they put a video out yesterday. So I'm gonna link that down below so you guys can check that out. All right, so that's all I have to share with you guys today. I do plan on doing a podcast pretty soon, because I have a couple finished objects. One of them y'all already seen, and I do have a whip that I wanted to share because I'm really excited about that. But yes, so I think that'll be coming up pretty soon. So that's about it. So until then, thank you for the thumbs up. Thanks for subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you for returning subscribers and new subscribers. And thank you so much for watching, for hanging out with me for a little bit. And I will see you all in the next one.